everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'll be raving about writing with both hands. Okay, so for today's video, I'm going to show you some clips of me writing with my right hand, and then my left hand, and then both hands at the same time. And while you are watching the clips, I will explain how I came to be able to use both of my hands to write. I'm not quite ambidextrous just yet because I looked up the definition online and it said someone who's ambidextrous can use both hands equally well, but that is a goal that I'm working towards. So yeah, let's just watch these clips and I will explain my story to you. Alright, so when I was 5 years old and in the first grade, the teacher one day got all the kids in class to come up to her desk, and she got us to write a sentence with our right hand and a sentence with our left hand, and then she would tell us if we were left or right-handed. She would say, oh, you are right-handed or you are left-handed. I don't know if teachers still do this in school. I think they just let the kids figure out for themselves which hand to write with these days, but when I was a kid, that's what was done. So the kids in my class went up to the teacher and she told them which hand to write with. But when it came to my turn, I wrote down the sentence, I can't remember what it was, with my right hand and my left hand. And instead of telling me which hand I should write with, she said, oh, you can write with either hand. And as a 5-year-old kid, I could not wrap my mind around that concept because I thought she was supposed to choose one or the other. So I was very confused, and I went back to my little table with my two friends and I was like, which hand do I use? And both my friends at the table were right-handed, so they were like, oh, you should write with your right hand and we can be best buddies. So yeah, I gave in to peer pressure as a 5-year-old and I started to use my right hand to write, but I never really felt comfortable with it. Like, I play sport with my left hand, and when I reach for things or pick things up with my right hand, it shakes because I think my brain is like, no, that's the wrong hand, what are you doing? But I did also grow up in Asia until I was 10 years old, and back then they kind of discouraged using your left hand to write because they said that writing Chinese characters with your right hand is easier. But anyway, I decided at 5 years old that I would write with my right hand. So I did that all through school, and when I was 14 I thought, oh, I'm going to try writing with my left hand for a little while, but that didn't last very long. I was a very lazy teenager, so I gave up on that pretty quickly. But about 2 years ago, I decided that I was going to learn how to write with my left hand. So this is how I did it. Every morning before work, I would sit down at my breakfast table and I would write down things with my left hand. I would write down the English alphabet, both upper and lower case, and then I would write the numbers 1 to 10 in English. And also I wrote the sentence, the quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog, because that uses all the letters in the English alphabet in one sentence. And I would do that every day, and I would be very consistent with it. And at first, my left-hand writing was atrocious. It was so messy and scribbly, and you could not read it. But I kept at it, and after about 6 months I started to see an improvement, which was nice. And after about a year I thought I was doing pretty well with the left-hand writing, but it took me about 2 years to be comfortable writing with my left hand in public, and I still use my right hand to sign official documents and things like that, but one day I hope to be as proficient with both hands. So that's the story of how I came to be able to write with both my hands. I do feel more comfortable writing with my left hand, even if it's not as proficient as my right quite yet. My next goal is to be able to draw equally well with both hands. I can do little doodles and stuff with my left hand now, but I do want to be able to draw so that I can use both hands while I work. I mean, how much more efficient would I be if I could do that? But the problem is I work on a Cintiq, which is like a screen that you draw on, and I don't think you can use two pens at the same time on the screen. So get on it, Cintiq people. I would really love to be able to draw with two pens on one screen with both hands. So please invent that. I would really appreciate it. And also, like, if you did do that, imagine like little kids could draw with their friends on the same screen. Like, you could use two pens at the same time, which I think would be really cool. But yeah, not sure if that's possible, but if it is, please invent that for me and for other people. So that is the video for today. I hope you enjoyed it. I think anyone can be ambidextrous. It just takes practice and consistency, and you know, we're all kind of bored with second lockdown, so if you want a project, then why not try and write with your non-dominant hand? I hope you enjoyed today's video, and I will see you next time. Bye!